Year 5 Homework 26 Walkthrough. Comprehension. The mighty hippopotamus, a fascinating creature of the African rivers. Question 1. What is the maximum weight mentioned for an adult hippopotamus in the essay? The correct answer is option C, 3,200 kilograms. Explanation. The passage states that adult hippos can weigh up to 3,200 kilograms. This is the exact value given, making it the correct answer. Other weights, such as 1,500, 2,500, or 4,000 kilograms, are not mentioned or are incorrect. Question 2. Where are hippopotamuses primarily found according to the text? The correct answer is option B, in the rivers and lakes of Africa. Explanation. The passage clearly states that hippos are naturally found in the rivers and lakes of Africa. They thrive in warm, aquatic environments and are often seen wallowing in water to stay cool under the hot African sun. Other locations, such as South America, Australia, or Europe, are not mentioned in the text. Question 3. Which physical feature helps a hippo see and breathe while mostly submerged? The correct answer is option B, their high-placed eyes, ears, and nostrils. Explanation. The essay explains that a hippo's eyes, ears, and nostrils are positioned high on their head. This adaptation allows them to see and breathe while the rest of their body remains underwater. It is a crucial feature for their semi-aquatic lifestyle and helps them stay hidden from predators. Question 4. What unique secretion do hippos produce, and what is its function? The correct answer is option B, a red-colored secretion that acts as sunscreen and has antibacterial properties. Explanation. The essay explains that hippos produce a natural, red-colored secretion which acts as a sunscreen and has antibacterial effects. This adaptation protects their sensitive skin from the sun and helps prevent infections. Question 5. When do hippos usually feed? As mentioned in the essay, the correct answer is option C, at night. Explanation. The text clearly states that hippos are mostly nocturnal when it comes to feeding. They leave the water at night to graze on grass and spend the daytime submerged. Feeding during daylight hours is not supported by the passage. Question 6. What is the primary diet of a hippopotamus? The correct answer is option C, short, fresh grasses. Explanation. The passage states that hippos primarily consume short, fresh grasses that grow near water sources. Their digestive system is adapted to this low-nutrient diet, which they must graze on for hours. Question 7. How long is the gestation period for a female hippo, as stated in the text? The correct answer is option C, 8 months. Explanation. The essay explains that female hippos give birth after a gestation period of around 8 months. This information confirms the correct answer and ensures the young are well prepared for aquatic life. Question 8. Why might hippos spend most of their day in water? The correct answer is option B, to cool their body temperature and protect their skin. Explanation. The essay states that water helps hippos regulate their body temperature and shields their sensitive skin from the sun. This is the main reason for spending much of their day submerged. The Roman Empire, power, glory, and the rise and fall of a giant. Question 9. What was the last name of the Roman king who was overthrown in 509 BCE? The correct answer is option C, Tarquin. Explanation. The passage states that in 509 BCE, the Romans expelled their last king, Tarquin the Proud, and founded the Roman Republic. Other surnames, such as Caesar, Augustus, or Nero, are not connected with the final monarch removed from power. Question 10. What name did Octavian take after becoming the first emperor of Rome? The correct answer is option C, Augustus. Explanation. After defeating his rivals, Octavian adopted the honorific title Augustus in 27 BCE, marking the official start of the Roman Empire. Other names listed in the question do not match the title he assumed. Question 11. What language did the Romans speak? The correct answer is option B, Latin. Explanation. The passage notes that Latin was the language of the Romans, later evolving into many modern Romance languages. Greek, Arabic, and Italian are therefore incorrect in this context. Question 12. What structure did the Romans build to carry water into cities? The correct answer is option C, aqueducts. Explanation. Roman engineers are credited with constructing aqueducts that transported water over long distances into urban centers. Colosseums, bridges, and canals served other purposes and are not the water supply structures described. Question 13. In what year did the Western Roman Empire fall? The correct answer is option D, 476 CE. Explanation. The text specifies that the Western Roman Empire came to an end in the year 476 of the Common Era, when the last emperor was overthrown. 509 BCE, 44 BCE, and 285 CE are all dates linked to earlier events, not the final collapse of the Western Empire. Question 14. Which of these was a common form of entertainment in ancient Rome? The correct answer is option C, gladiator fights and public baths. Explanation. The passage indicates that Romans, regardless of social class, attended public baths and watched gladiator contests in arenas such as the Colosseum. Video games, football matches, concerts, reading books, and playing chess are anachronistic or not highlighted in the text as mass entertainment. Punctuation. Select the mistake or choose D for none. Question 19. So many aspiring actors and actresses arrived for the audition that they had to cancel it. The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The sentence already has all the punctuation it needs. No comma or exclamation mark is missing or misplaced, so there is no punctuation mistake. Question 20. Sonja Peterson, the player's physiotherapist, declined to comment on the speculation. The correct answer is letter A. Explanation. A comma must follow the name Sonja Peterson to separate it from the non-essential appositive phrase, the player's physiotherapist. Without that comma, the sentence is punctuated incorrectly. Question 21. Never before had the quaint village of Boodles been the subject of such intense interest. The correct answer is letter B. Explanation. The village name Boodles is a proper noun and therefore requires a capital letter B. The missing capitalization is the only punctuation error in the sentence. Question 22. No, implored the hapless salesman. I will starve if you cut my commission. The correct answer is letter A. Explanation. The reporting verb implored should be written in lowercase after the closing quotation mark because it continues the sentence. Writing it with a capital I would be incorrect punctuation. Close. Choose the best word. Question 23. The main advantage for both teams was an extra night of rest and recuperation. The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The verb was agrees with the singular subject ad versus antage and expresses a completed fact in the past. All other options would be grammatically incorrect or awkward in this context. Question 24. I should have eaten more for breakfast. Now I feel hungry. The correct answer is letter B. Explanation. The auxiliary verb ha versus e completes the perfect infinitive shoulda versus eeaten, which is the correct construction after the modal verb should when referring to a past action that did not happen. Question 25. I paid for 3 packets of biscuits, but he only gave me 2. The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. The simple past verb paid correctly states the completed action of giving money. Other choices either create tense errors or use unsuitable verb forms. Question 26. From a young age, Gerald had always believed in ghosts. The correct answer is letter A. Explanation. The preposition in is required after the verb bellieved to introduce the object ghosts. Any other preposition would produce an incorrect or unnatural expression. Short maths. Question 27. Work out 3/8 plus 1/6. The correct answer is option A, 13/24. Explanation. Convert each fraction to have the same denominator. 3/8 becomes 9/24. 1/6 becomes 4/24. Now add 9/24 and 4/24. The total is 13/24. Question 28. Find 15% of 240. The correct answer is option C, 36. Explanation. 10% of 240 is 24. 5% is half of 10%, which is 12. Add 24 and 12 to get 36. Question 29. Work out 3.45 plus 11.01 plus 2.3. The correct answer is option B, 16.76. Explanation. Add the numbers carefully. 3.45 plus 11.01 equals 14.46. 14.46 plus 2.30 equals 16.76. Question 30. A field is planted with cabbages in rows. Each row contains 22 cabbage seeds. There are 39 rows. How many cabbage seeds are there in the field? The correct answer is option D, 858. Explanation. Multiply 22 by 39. 22 times 39 equals 858. You can also do 22 times 40 to get 880. Then subtract 22 to adjust for the extra row. 880 minus 22 equals 858. Question 31. A teacher shares a large packet of sweets evenly to her class of 24 pupils and then eats the leftover sweets. There were 170 sweets in the packet. How many sweets does the teacher eat? The correct answer is option A, 2. Explanation. Divide 170 by 24. Each pupil gets 7 sweets because 7 times 24 is 168. 170 minus 168 equals 2 sweets. So the teacher eats 2 sweets. Question 32. The following fractions are equivalent. Fill in the missing numbers. Blank over 8 equals 9 over 12 equals 21 over blank. The correct answer is option A, 6 and 28. Explanation. 9/12 is equal to 3/4. To find the equivalent with a denominator of 8, multiply 3 by 2 to get 6, and 4 by 2 to get 8. So 6 over 8 is equal to 3/4. Now take 3/4 and make the numerator 21. Multiply 3 by 7 to get 21. Then multiply 4 by 7 to get 28. So 21 over 28 is also equal to 3/4. The missing numbers are 6 and 28. Question 33. Write 0.37 as a percentage. The correct answer is option D, 37%. Explanation. To change a decimal into a percentage, multiply by 100. 0.37 multiplied by 100 equals 37. Therefore, 0.37 is 37%. Question 34. Asif wants to buy a computer game that costs £32.99. He waits for a sale and buys the game for £25.62. How much money does he save? The correct answer is option C, £7.37. Explanation. Subtract the sale price from the original price. £32.99 minus £25.62 equals £7.37. Question 35. Jordan has a collection of 1,345 marbles. He gives his friend 689 of the marbles. How many marbles does Jordan have left? The correct answer is option A, 656. Explanation. Subtract the number given away from the original total. 1,345 minus 689 equals 656 marbles. Question 36. There are 10 millimeters in a centimeter and 100 centimeters in a meter. How many millimeters are there in 25.1 meters? The correct answer is option C, 25,100. Explanation. 1 meter contains 1,000 millimeters because 10 times 100 equals 1,000. Multiply 1,000 by 25.1. 25.1 times 1,000 equals 25,100 millimeters. Question 37. Write in figures the number 203,170. The correct answer is option C, 203,170. Explanation. 203,000 gives 203,000. Add 170 to get 203,170. Question 38. What time is 1 hour and 37 minutes later than 14:48? The correct answer is option B, 16:25. Explanation. Add 1 hour to 14:48 to get 15:48. Add 37 minutes. 48 minutes plus 37 minutes equals 85 minutes. 85 minutes is 1 hour and 25 minutes. Add the extra hour to 15 hours to reach 16 hours, then use the remaining 25 minutes. The time is 16:25. Question 39. If 2/3 of a number is 14, what is the number? The correct answer is option D, 21. Explanation. 2/3 of the number equals 14. Multiply both sides by 3/2. 14 times 3/2 equals 21. So the original number is 21. Question 40. I think of a number, multiply it by 3, and then subtract 8. The result is -5. What number did I start with? The correct answer is option C, 1. Explanation. Let the number be n. 3n minus 8 equals negative 5. Add 8 to both sides. 3n equals 3. Divide by 3. N equals 1. Question 41. What number is halfway between 3.2 and 5.6? The correct answer is option B, 4.4. Explanation. Add the two numbers. 3.2 plus 5.6 equals 8.8. Divide by 2 to find the midpoint. 8.8 divided by 2 equals 4.4. Question 42. Anna shares her pizza with two friends. She gives one friend 1/5 of the pizza and the other friend 3/10 of the pizza. What fraction of the pizza is left for Anna? The correct answer is option A, 1/2. Explanation. Convert 1/5 to 2/10 so both fractions have the same denominator. 2/10 plus 3/10 equals 5/10, which is 1/2. Subtract 1/2 from 1 whole pizza. 1 minus 1/2 leaves 1/2 for Anna. Question 43. A mouse walks all the way around the edge of an L-shaped field. The labeled sides measure 70 meters, 75 meters, 25 meters, and 130 meters. How far does the mouse walk in meters? The correct answer is option C, 460 meters. Explanation. Find the two missing sides first. The left-hand vertical side is the sum of the two right-hand vertical sections. 75 plus 25 equals 100. The short horizontal section is the difference between the long bottom side and the top side. 130 minus 70 equals 60. Add all 6 sides. 70 plus 75 plus 60 plus 25 plus 130 plus 100 equals 460 meters. Question 44. I think of a number. When I multiply this number by 15 and then subtract 7, I get 38. What number am I thinking of? The correct answer is option B, 3. Explanation. Let the number be n. 15n minus 7 equals 38. Add 7 to both sides. 15n equals 45. Divide both sides by 15. N equals 3. Question 45. The sum of two numbers is 22, and their difference is 4. What are the two numbers? The correct answer is option D, 13 and 9. Explanation. Add the two equations. First number plus second number equals 22. First number minus second number equals 4. Adding them gives twice the first number equals 26, so the first number is 13. Subtract to find the second number. 22 minus 13 equals 9. Question 46. Add the number of sides of a decagon to the number of sides of a pentagon, then multiply by the number of faces of a cuboid. What is your answer? The correct answer is option A, 90. Explanation. A decagon has 10 sides and a pentagon has 5 sides. 10 plus 5 equals 15. A cuboid has 6 faces. 15 multiplied by 6 equals 90. Question 47. On the number line, the first arrow points to a value left of 0, and the second arrow points to a value right of 20. Write the numbers that the arrows are indicating. The correct answer is option C, -10 and 45. Explanation. Each small division on the number line represents 5 units. The first arrow is 2 divisions to the left of 0, which is -10. The second arrow is 5 divisions to the right of 20, adding 25 to 20, which is 45. Question 48. There is some liquid in the container. How many more milliliters must be added to fill it up to the 900 milliliter mark? The correct answer is option B, 350 milliliters. Explanation. The liquid level is currently at 550 milliliters. To reach 900 milliliters, subtract 550 from 900. 900 minus 550 equals 350 milliliters. Question 49. Write down the number of lines of symmetry for each shape. The correct answer is option B, 2. Explanation. The shape has one vertical line that divides it into matching left and right halves, and one horizontal line that divides it into matching top and bottom halves. No other fold leaves the halves identical, so there are exactly 2 lines of symmetry. Question 50. I asked 48 Year 7 students what their favorite food was. The results are shown in this pie chart. How many Year 7s have chips as their favorite food? The correct answer is option C, 24. Explanation. The chip sector covers one half of the pie chart. One half of 48 students equals 24 students, so 24 students chose chips. Question 51. The diagram shows the coordinates of 3 points A, B, and C. Shape A, B, C, D is a rectangle. What are the coordinates of point D? The correct answer is option D, 2, 1. Explanation. Points A and B lie on the same horizontal line, so A and B share the same y-coordinate, which is 3. Points B and C share the same x-coordinate, which is 5, forming the right side of the rectangle. Therefore, point D must align vertically with point A and horizontally with point C, giving an x-coordinate of 2 and a y-coordinate of 1. Thus, D is at 2, 1. Question 52. Guy cycles 10 kilometers at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. How many minutes does this take him? The correct answer is option B, 20 minutes. Explanation. Time equals distance divided by speed. 10 kilometers divided by 30 kilometers per hour equals 1/3 of an hour. 1/3 of an hour is 20 minutes. Question 53. Next, Guy cycles a further 5 kilometers at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. How many minutes does this take him? The correct answer is option A, 15 minutes. Explanation. 5 kilometers divided by 20 kilometers per hour equals 1/4 of an hour. 1/4 of an hour is 15 minutes. Question 54. Guy then returns home by the same route, cycling 15 kilometers at 30 kilometers per hour. How many minutes does the return journey take? The correct answer is option C, 30 minutes. Explanation. 15 kilometers divided by 30 kilometers per hour equals 1/2 of an hour. 1/2 of an hour is 30 minutes. Question 55. If Guy left home at 9:30 a.m. and had no stops, at what time did he arrive back home? The correct answer is option B, 10:35 a.m. Explanation. Add the 3 journey times. 20 minutes plus 15 minutes plus 30 minutes equals 65 minutes. 65 minutes is 1 hour and 5 minutes. 9:30 a.m. plus 1 hour and 5 minutes equals 10:35 a.m. Question 56. Triangle plus triangle plus triangle equals 27. What is the value of one triangle? The correct answer is option D, 9. Explanation. There are 3 identical triangles that sum to 27. Divide 27 by 3. 27 divided by 3 equals 9. So each triangle is worth 9. Question 57. Triangle plus musical note equals 26. What is the value of the musical note? The correct answer is option B, 17. Explanation. From the previous question, one triangle is 9. Subtract 9 from 26 to find the musical note. 26 minus 9 equals 17. So the musical note is worth 17.
So now I'm going to be going through the answers to the MVR section of the homework. So the first section is the analogy questions. So the first one. So we've got pentagon and then it's split in half. And this side is black. And then once we change the shape, the opposite side is now white. So that means in this one, we're going to have, so this side was black, that means this side will now be white. So we can rule out A, it's on the wrong side. We can rule out C, it's on the wrong side. We can rule out D because it's black. So leaving us with B and E. Next thing to notice is that this, the right side was dashed. Now the left side is dashed. So here, right side dashed, that means this side will be dashed now. So the answer is B, because the left side is dashed. Not E, because here all of it is dashed. So that's wrong. Next one. So here, this shape has rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise so it looks like that. So that means this shape will also rotate 90 degrees anti-clockwise. It's actually the whole shape, so the inside bit will also, as this also rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So the new shape is going to, so here the top is flat, so it's now going to be, the top is where the point will be. So that's what the hexagon is going to look like. And this bit will now be there, and it'll look like that. Also, it will also be striped on the inside. As you can see, this is white, now it's striped with diagonal lines that are going in this direction. So here the answer is A. So this, the hexagon is correct with the points at the top, diagonal lines, and this is right as well. Next question, we've got a circle, and then now we have a larger circle around it that is dashed. So I'm just going to draw it around this one. So now we're going to have a dashed square around this one, and the inside one will now become striped. So here the answer is A, dashed, striped. Next question, here the square, the shape has just rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise again. So this was here, now it's like that. So let's rotate this 90 degrees anti-clockwise. It's going to end up looking like that. And this will be here like that. So that means we can already rule out A, wrong place. Rule out B, it's not rotated 90 degrees. We can rule out C because this is in the wrong place. We can rule out D because the whole shape is the wrong way around. So that leaves us with the answer, which is E. Now to the code questions. So for these, find two letters that are in the same position and find what shape or image the boxes have in common. So the first one, these two both have a P as the first letter, and the thing they both have in common is that they have diagonal lines in this direction. So in the test shape, the diagonal lines are in this direction, same as this one. So the first letter is going to be an R, so we can rule out those three options. Always rule out as you go along because it makes things easier. Just a little tip. Second letter now. So these two both have a G as the second letter, and the thing they both have in common is the thickness of the square. That's like the outline square. So they both have the same thickness, like a medium thickness compared to the others. The test shape also has the medium thickness one, so the second letter will be a G as well. So the answer is B, not D. Next one. These two both have an M as the first letter, and they both have a square as the inside shape. Here we've got a circle, same as this one, and the first letter here is an N, so it's going to be an N here as well. So we can rule out those three options. Second letter now. These two both have a G as the second letter, and they both just have one circle. Here we have, in the test sheet, we have two circles, same as the first box, and the second letter here is an F, so it's going to be an F here as well, and F, so the answer is D. Next one. So they've all got a different first letter, P, Q, and R, so let's focus on the second letters first. So these two both have a W as the second letter, and the thing they both have in common is that the shapes are horizontal. in the test shape, the shapes are vertical, same as this one. And the second letter here is a V, so it's going to be a V here as well. So we can rule out those three. Now to the first letter. They all have different first letters, and they all also have different shapes. So here we have rhombuses, here we have circles, and here we have hexagons. In this one we have circles, same as this one, and the first letter here is a Q, so it's going to be a Q here. QV, so the answer is C. Last of the code questions here. So again, different first letters, but these two both have an M as the second letter. And the thing they both have in common is the triangles are black. So they both have black triangles. In the test shape we have white triangles, same as the first box, and the second letter here is an L, so it's going to be an L here as well. So we can rule out those two options. Now onto the first letter. So they've all got different first letters, and what they also have that is different is the position of the triangles, how they're positioned. So let's look at the test shape. So here we have a triangle furthest to the left at the top, and a triangle furthest to the right at the bottom. So it's the same as this one. We've got furthest to the left and furthest to the right. And the first letter here is a H, so it's going to be a H here. So HL, so the answer is C. Now onto the series questions. So here, this black circle, that's what I'm going to call it, that moves, so it's moved to here. So let's, in the next box, so let's see how many that's moved. So it's moved 1, 2, 3. It's in the third one, so it's moved 3, and that's clockwise around the square, around the box. So, and let's just confirm that. So this one was here, then 1, 2, 3, it would be here, and it is there. So yeah, so it moves 3 places. So let's see where it will be in this one. So here it's here, then it'll be here. So 1, 2, 3, it should be at the top. It should be here, the black one in that box. So we can, it's not A, it's not B, it's not C, it's not D, it's got to be E, because that is at the top. So we don't even have to determine how the rest of the circles are arranged, because we already know that the answer's got to be E. So that's why it's good to eliminate options as you're going along, because then you can waste less time. Next question. So here we've got triangles. So the diagonal lines are going this way, then this way, then this way, then this way. So in this triangle, they're going to be going this way again. So it's not A, because it's not even striped. And it's not D, because they're going in the wrong direction. And it's not E for the same reason, because they've got to be going in this direction. Now the difference between B and C. So we know the triangle's got to be at the bottom, but is the point going to be attached to the bottom of the big triangle, or is the edge of the triangle? So let's just see how the pattern's going. So here, the corner, then the edge, then the corner, then the edge. So that means in this one, the corner will be attached. So the answer is B, not C, because the corner of the triangle is attached to the larger triangle. Next question. So here, the arrow, so it's there, then it's there, then it's there, then it's there. So it's moving round 45 degrees anti-clockwise, so around that way. So that means from this one, move that 45 degrees and anti-clockwise, it's going to be in this direction like that. So we can rule out B and E because they're just straight vertical. So we've got that sorted. So now onto the rest of it. So in this one, so now we've got to look at this. So the general line, so the line in the middle, that is also moving, rotating 45 degrees anti-clockwise as well. So in this one it's like this, so that means the line, the middle line, is now going to be straight like that. So we can rule out A because it's diagonal. So now onto the smaller lines attached to it. So so let's call that this one pointing inwards, then they're pointing away, then they're pointing inwards because they're both pointing towards the same direction, then they're pointing away. So that means in this one they're going to be pointing inwards. So it's not C because they're pointing away. The answer is D because they're both pointing inwards towards the same direction. Last of the series questions. So here we've got 3 circles. It's going 1 that's black, then 2 that are black, then 3 that are black, then 2. So that means 1 is going to be black. So it's going 1, 2, 3, then 3, 2, 1. And so actually, I should have checked the answers first because all of them only have 1 black circle. So that's another tip, to just check the answer options, because that'll mean you won't waste time figuring something out when all the answer options already have that thing. So I was like deciding how many black circles there should be, but they all only have 1 black circle in the answer options. So always check the answer options first as well. So now let's look at the direction of the diagonal lines. So they're this way, then that way, then this way, then that way. So that means they're going to be this way. So we can rule out D and we can rule out E because they're in the wrong direction. Now the direction of the circles. So they're this way, then that way, then this way, and that way. So they're going to be this way. So we can rule out B. And now where should the black circle be? Should it be at the top or at the bottom? So here it's at the bottom, then we increase it by 1 there, then we add that one, then we remove that one. So that means we're going to remove that one. So that means the bottom one will be left. So that means the answer is C, because only the bottom one should be black, not the top one. Now on to the odd one out questions. So here, in this one, the odd one out is D, because the pentagon is pointing upwards here, whereas in all the rest, the pentagon is pointing downwards, whether it's the inside shape or the outside shape, it's pointing downwards. Next question. Here the odd one out is D as well, because in this one, so in all the rest of them actually, they have a line sticking out to the right. At least. They all have lines sticking out to the right at least. B and E do have lines sticking out to the left as well, but all of them have the lines sticking out to the right, whereas D doesn't. So D is the only one that doesn't, so D is the odd one out, as the lines are sticking out to the left only, not the right. Next question. Here, the odd one out is A, because the lines that go through the squiggly line, so these, they're always at the end of the squiggly line. So these two are both at the end. This one is the end of the squiggly line. This one is at the other end of the squiggly line. Whereas in A, it's right through the middle of the squiggly line. So that's why A is the odd one out. In question 73, the odd one out is B, because I said B, but I circled D. So B is the odd one out, because in all the rest, the circle is not, the lines don't go through the circle. The lines are not going through the circle. They just meet at the end of the side of the circle. Whereas here, the lines go through the circle. So B is the odd one out. Now to these questions. So here, as you can see, if you look at the whole image as one big square, you can see it's like a pattern. So we've got this shape. It's like an image. So it's symmetrical. So these two boxes are mirror images of each other because they're on opposite ends of the square. So that means these two will also be mirror images of each other. So I'm just going to draw the mirror image of this one here at the bottom. So it's going to have a white circle there, then these two lines, and then a black circle at the bottom. So that means that the answer is A. White circle, the lines, and then a black circle at the bottom. Next question. So here we're looking at the squares vertically. Sometimes you look at them horizontally for these when there's 4. Sometimes horizontally. But in this one it's vertically. Anyway, so as you can see, the shape stays the same, it's just the middle bit, so even the colours stay the same. So I'm just going to draw the general shape of this one. I'll just draw at the top here. So white circle, black circle, and then a white circle. So that means we can already rule out B because these have rectangles at the bottom. Same reason for C. And we can rule out E because this is a rectangle as well. As you can see in this one, the circles at the top and they're all circles at the bottom as well. So that doesn't change. So now we're left with A and D. And the difference between A and D is the shape inside the rectangle. So here it's a X, here it's like a arrow thing. So here we have the X and then we have the X here. So that means in this one, because we have the arrow, it's going to remain the arrow. So that's why the answer is D, not A. Next question. So here, as you can see, so if we look at all the answer options, they've all got 3 of these like arrow things. So we know that the answer's got to have that. And they're all in that direction, in this direction. So we don't need to figure that out. What we do need to figure out is the circles, what colour they are, and what colour the triangle is. So that's what we need to focus on. So here, so as you can see, so we've got a black one there, white one here, and a black one there. So that is like a mirror line. And then this side is also a mirror line because we have a black one there and then we have a white one there. So that means same for the next 2 rows. That pattern is the same. So in this one, let's just draw the mirror line. So that we have a black one here on this side of the mirror line. We're going to have a black one there. We have a white one on that side. That means we're going to have a white one on this side. So we can rule out B because these two are the wrong way around. and we can rule out D for the same reason. And we can also rule out E because there's two black ones here when there should be a black one here and a white one there. So we're left with A and C. Now to decide what colour the triangle will be. So here it's black, then it's white, then it's black. Here it's white, black, white, black, white. So that means it's going to be black. So the answer is A because we've got the black triangle, not C because it's white here. Next question. So here, let's determine what direction the arrow will be. So we've got one line that's like that, one that's like that, one that's like that, that. So we always have one that's like that, one that's like that, and one that's like that. So in the bottom, in each row. So that means in the bottom row, we've already got this one. We've already got this one, so we need this one. So the line is going to be like that. So we can rule out C because it's in the wrong direction, and we can rule out E for the same reason. Next thing, where the arrowhead will be, because as you can see from the remaining options, we don't need to figure out where the circle will be because it's always at the top. So that's why always look at the answer options even as you're ruling some out. So where the triangle bit of the arrow will be. So here it's at the top, then it's in the middle, then it's at the bottom. Top, middle, bottom. Top, middle. So it's going to be at the bottom here because they're all at the top here, all in the middle here, all in the bottom in this column. So it's going to be at the bottom. So it's not A because here it's in the middle. And actually I've drawn it the wrong way around because from the remaining two it's in that direction. Now we need to decide if it's white or if it's black. So black, 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 white, 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 black, black. So it's going to be black. It's not B, and the answer is D. Now we've got the hidden shapes ones. I'm not sure if I've done these kind of questions before, but if I have, this is not a common section in these homeworks. But anyway, I think this section is quite easy. So you just find this shape in any of the answer options. Sometimes it can be a bit confusing because the colours and things and can confuse you. But anyway, so here we have like a rhombus or like a square that's tilted, and already I'm looking at A because I can already see it there. Looking at B, nothing there. C, nothing. D, nothing. E, nothing. Also remember, it's got to be the same size. E does have it, but as you can see, E is bigger. So this question was easy because they were right next to each other and you could just obviously see it. Question 79. A does have the general shape, but in A, it's much bigger. B, the answer is B because it's the same size. Not C, not D, and not E. This one, rectangle with a circle in it. It's not A, it's not B, it's not C because this circle is smaller. It's not D because the circle is not inside. And the answer is E, rectangle with circle. Remember, it can be rotated as well. So here it's horizontal, here it's vertical. That is fine, that can happen. Here we've got an arrow with 3 lines going through it. Not A, not B, not C because that's a double-ended arrow. And the answer is D, arrow with 3 lines. Not E because as you can see this arrow is wider than the other one. This one's really like a thin arrow. Next question. So here we have this sort of arrow. It's not A because these are much longer. It's not B because it doesn't have a line coming out the other side. It's actually, wait, I'm just looking at the answers And the answer actually is B. See, it's easy. You can make mistakes on this section as well because of this part here. It does have the line coming through it there. So the answer is B. It's not C because these are longer than it should be, and this is shorter than it should be. Not D and not E. Now we have an L shape. The answer for this one is A. The L shape is here. It's not B. There's no L shape. Not C. Not D. Not E. So A is definitely the answer. Here in this one, again, you can already see that the answer is A because they're right next to each other. It's obvious. It's not C, even though it's similar, because this is like a longer triangle than it should be. And it's not D because this is rotated. It's horizontal when it should be vertical. The oval on the inside. Next, we have these two rectangles with these thin line things on the inside, and then two lines coming up the other side. Not A because this one doesn't have a line. Not B because these rectangles are wider. It is C because the shape is right. Not D, not E because they don't have the lines coming out the side. In this one, A does look similar, but it's not A because of the triangle. The triangle's pointing down here, but it's pointing up there. It's not B. The answer for this one is C. Triangle is pointing towards the rectangle. It's not D. And it's not E because here this is shorter than it should be. As you can see, this is quite a long, the shape at the bottom is long. So this one is just a small square. And the answer to this one is A, but the small square there.
Reasoning. Insert a letter. In each question below, find the one letter that will complete the word in front of the brackets and begin the word after the brackets. Question 88. Insert one letter that will complete the word before the bracket and begin the word after the bracket. T, E, A, open bracket, blank space, close bracket, AKE, STA, open bracket, blank space, close bracket, IND. The correct answer is option A, capital letter R. Explanation: TEA plus capital letter R makes the word tear. Capital letter R plus AKE makes the word rake. STA plus capital letter R makes the word star. Capital letter R plus IDN makes the word rind. All four results are real English words. Therefore, the correct answer is option A, capital letter R. Question 89. Insert one letter that will complete the word before the bracket and begin the word after the bracket. PAS, open bracket, blank space, close bracket, OLD. SPEN, open bracket, blank space, close bracket, RUST. The correct answer is option B, capital letter T. Explanation: PAS plus capital letter T makes the word past. Capital letter T plus OLD makes the word told. SPEN plus capital letter T makes the word spent. Capital letter T plus RUST makes the word trust. All four results are real English words. Therefore, the correct answer is option B, capital letter T. Find the four-letter hidden word. Question 90. Sentence: the twins are about to enter. Correct answer: area. Option D. Explanation: the word area is hidden across two words. The last three letters of R and the first letter of about form the word area. Question 91. Sentence: the town's defenders were local soldiers. Correct answer: also option B. Explanation: the word also is hidden across the words local and soldiers. The last two letters of local and the first two letters of soldiers spell also. Complete the calculation. In each question below, find the number that will complete the sum correctly. Question 92. 120 divided by 3 minus 11 equals 17 plus 41 minus blank. Correct answer, 29, option A. Explanation. 120 divided by 3 is 40. 40 minus 11 is 29. On the other side, 17 plus 41 is 58. 58 minus 29 equals 29, making the equation balanced. Question 93. 5 times 7 plus 23 equals 3 times 9 plus blank. Correct answer, 31. Option B. Explanation. 5 times 7 is 35. 35 plus 23 is 58. 3 times 9 is 27. 58 minus 27 equals 31, so the missing number is 31. Complete the alphabet series. Find the pair of letters that continue each series in the most sensible way. Question 94. The sequence is D, M, E, L, G, K, J, J, N, I, followed by blank. Correct answer, S, H. That is option C. Explanation. The first letters are D, E, G, J, and N. From D to E is +1. From E to G is +2. From G to J is +3. From J to N is +4. So the next step is +5. N plus 5 gives S. The second letters are M, L, K, J, and I. Each step goes down by 1. So from I, going down 1 gives H. So the next pair of letters is SH. Question 95. The sequence is SC, QD, OF, MI, followed by blank. Correct answer, KM. That is option A. Explanation. The first letters are S, Q, O, and M. From S to Q is -2. From Q to O is -2. From O to M is -2. So the next step is -2. M minus 2 gives K. The second letters are C, D, F, and I. From C to D is +1. From D to F is +2. From F to I is +3. So the next step is +4. I plus 4 gives M. So the next pair of letters is KM. Form a new word. In each question below, underline the 2 words, one from each set, that together make one correctly spelled word, without changing the order of the letters. Question 96. The words are brush, comb, hair, and an, at, in. Correct answer, comb and at. That is option B. Explanation. Taking the word comb from the first group and the word at from the second group gives the word combat. COMB plus AT makes the correctly spelled word combat. Question 97. The words are low, tall, high, and fall, light, din. Correct answer, high and light. That is option D. Explanation. Taking the word high from the first group and the word light from the second group gives the word highlight. HIGH plus LIGHT makes the correctly spelled word highlight. Alphabet codes. In these questions, there are 4 words. 3 of the words have been given a code. The codes are not written in the same order as the words, and 1 code is missing. In this puzzle, each of the 5 letters A, D, E, L, and Y has been worked out and is always represented by the same single digit. Y maps to 1. L maps to 2. A maps to 3. D maps to 4. E maps to 5. Question 98. Work out the code for the word DALE. The correct answer is 4325. Explanation. Each letter is matched to a number as follows. D is 4. A is 3. L is 2. E is 5. Therefore, the code for DALE is 4325. Question 99. What is the word represented by the code 32251? The correct answer is ALLEY. Explanation. Using the same pattern, 3 is A, 2 is L, 2 is L, 5 is E, 1 is Y. Therefore, the word is ALLEY. Question 100. Work out the code for the word DELAY. The correct answer is 4, 5, 2, 3, 1. Explanation: D is 4, E is 5, L is 2, A is 3, Y is 1. So the full code for DELAY is 45231. Extra questions. Question 1. What number is halfway between -6 and +4? To find the number that is halfway between -6 and +4, we add them together. -6 plus +4 equals -2. Then divide by 2. -2 divided by 2 equals -1. The answer is -1. Question 2. In a bowl, there are 6 apples, 3 plums, and 4 peaches. That makes a total of 13 pieces of fruit. If I choose one piece of fruit at random, what is the probability? Part A, that it is not a plum. There are 6 apples and 4 peaches, which are not plums. 6 plus 4 equals 10 pieces that are not plums. The total number of fruit is 13, so the probability is 10 out of 13. The answer is 10 over 13. Part B, that it is a banana. There are no bananas in the bowl, so the probability is 0 out of 13, which is 0. The answer is 0. Question 3. Write down the next 2 numbers in each sequence. Part A, 7, 9, 11, 13. What comes next? This sequence goes up by 2 each time. 13 plus 2 equals 15. 15 plus 2 equals 17. The answer is 15 and 17. Part B, 105, 96, 87, 78. What comes next? This sequence goes down by 9 each time. 78 minus 9 equals 69. 69 minus 9 equals 60. The answer is 69 and 60. Question 4. Write each list of numbers in order from smallest to largest. Part A, 0.77, 0.7, 7.7, 7.07. Let us put them in order. 0.7 is the smallest, then 0.77, then 7.07, then 7.7. The answer is 0.7, 0.7, 7.07, 7.7. Part B, 5, -8, -16, 9, 8. Let us put them in order. -16 is the smallest, then -8, then 5, then 8, then 9. The answer is -16, -8, 5, 8, 9. Question 5. By drawing a factor tree, or by using any other method you know, write 36 as the product of prime factors. Start with the number 36. 36 divided by 2 equals 18. 18 divided by 2 equals 9. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. So the prime factors are 2, 2, 3, and 3. The answer is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Question 6. A square has a perimeter of 32 centimeters. What is the area of the square? For a square, the perimeter equals 4 times the length of one side. 32 centimeters divided by 4 equals 8 centimeters. That means each side of the square is 8 centimeters long. The area of a square equals side length times side length. 8 centimeters multiplied by 8 centimeters equals 64 square centimeters. The answer is 64 square centimeters. Question 7. Toby wants the greatest chance of getting an apple. Let us work out the proportion of apples in each bag. Bag A contains 2 apples out of 9 pieces of fruit. That is 2 over 9. Bag B contains 4 apples out of 12 pieces of fruit. That is 4 over 12. Which is 1 over 3. Bag C contains 3 apples out of 13 pieces of fruit. That is 3 over 13. Bag D contains 5 apples out of 18 pieces of fruit. That is 5 over 18. 1 over 3 is larger than 2 over 9, 3 over 13, and 5 over 18. The answer is bag B. Question 8. Toby wants the least chance of getting an orange. Let us work out the proportion of oranges in each bag. Bag A has 4 oranges out of 9 pieces of fruit. That is 4 over 9. Bag B has 5 oranges out of 12 pieces of fruit. That is 5 over 12. Bag C has 6 oranges out of 13 pieces of fruit. That is 6 over 13. Bag D has 4 oranges out of 18 pieces of fruit. That is 4 over 18, which is 2 over 9. 2 over 9 is the smallest fraction. The answer is bag D. Question 9. Look at the diagram. The 130-degree angle at point A and the 85-degree angle at point B are exterior angles to the triangle that joins A, B, and the top point. First, find the interior angle at A. 180 minus 130 equals 50 degrees. Next, find the interior angle at B. 180 minus 85 equals 95 degrees. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So angle K equals 180 minus the sum of 50 and 95. 180 minus 145 equals 35 degrees. The answer is 35 degrees. Question 10. A rectangle has a perimeter of 32 centimeters, and the length is 3 times the width. Let the width be W centimeters. Then the length is 3W centimeters. Perimeter formula is 2 times the width plus 2 times the length equals 32. That gives 2W plus 2 times 3W equals 32. So 8W equals 32. Divide both sides by 8. W equals 4 centimeters. The length is 3 times 4, which is 12 centimeters. Area equals width times length. 4 centimeters times 12 centimeters equals 48 square centimeters. The answer is 48 square centimeters. Question 11. The floor of a room is 3 meters wide and 4 meters long. That means the area of the floor is 3 times 4, which equals 12 square meters. Each tile is 25 centimeters wide and 50 centimeters long. Convert the tile dimensions into meters. 25 centimeters is 0.25 meters. 50 centimeters is 0.5 meters. So the area of each tile is 0.25 times 0.5, which equals 0.125 square meters. Now divide the area of the floor by the area of one tile. 12 divided by 0.125 equals 96. The answer is 96 tiles. Question 12. Work out the missing values. Part A. 15% of what number equals 60? To find the number, divide 60 by 15%. 15% is 0.15. 60 divided by 0.15 equals 400. The answer is 400. Part B. What percent of 52 is 13? Divide 13 by 52. 13 divided by 52 equals 0.25. Convert this into a percentage by multiplying by 100. 0.25 times 100 equals 25. The answer is 25%.
Now, there is extra questions here that are MVR, so I'm just going to go through those as well. So we've got 2 more hidden questions here. Actually, not 2 more, we've got quite a few actually. So we have this triangle, the circle, and so it's not A because this should be black when it's not. The answer is B. Got the black circle, the triangle, that and that, and the rest are just wrong. Here we have this. These are quite blurry, so it's quite hard to tell on these. But in this one, it's not A because the line's not going through that rectangle at the bottom. It's not B because this is black when it should be white. It's not C because there's no white rectangle there. The answer is D. We've got the circles, 2 circles, a line, rectangle, and the line goes through it. It's not E because this is a much longer line than it should be. In this question, the answer is A. Easy to tell because they're right next to each other. We've got the arrow with the white rectangle at the bottom, the black arrowhead. It's not B because you can't even see the line. And it's just not the rest because they're just wrong. Now we have 2 rectangles, 1 white, 1 black, and 1 square. So in this one, it's not A because we don't have, this is on the, this is horizontal, sorry, this is vertical when it should be horizontal. And it's not B because this should be on this corner. As you can see, it's in that corner there. It's not C because this is white, not black. It's not D because this is white, not black. So that leaves us with the answer, which is E. We have the white rectangle, the square on the opposite side of this, and the black smaller rectangle. Next we have circle, the triangle inside. It's not A because it shouldn't have this upside down triangle on the inside. The answer is B. Just looking at it, you can tell it looks the same. Not C, just looks wrong. It's not D because there shouldn't be this rectangle, and it's not E. Here we just have an oval with a diagonal line. The answer is A, oval with diagonal line. It's not B because this is going through the middle when it should be closer to one side of the oval. And the rest are just, and it's not, so it's definitely not C. It's not D, even though it does look similar, because when, so the line is here, it would never be here. It can be here though, because when you rotate it 180 degrees, it'll end up being there. So don't get caught out by that, because the shapes do look similar. Don't forget about rotation. Next we have this shape, the triangle. It's not A because we don't have this thin triangle right at the edge. Yeah, and we don't have two triangles. B, it's not B either because we don't have the thin triangle. The answer is C. We have the thin triangle right at the edge of the line, and then we have so it's this part. This is the shape, the original one. It's not D, even though that does look like it could be right. It's because the straight edge of the triangle should be, basically the point of the triangle should be on the inside bit. And it's not E because these lines are too long. Next question. So here the answer is A because we have this square, the line, and this line. It's not B because we don't have a line going through it there. It's not C because this is black when it should be white. It's not D because this has a black circle on the inside. It's not E because you can't see the line here, and the other line should be there at the top, not at the bottom. Next we have two rectangles that form like a T shape. The answer is A. Got them two there. The rest is just wrong. Either some of the rectangles are too short or they overlap or something, and they shouldn't. Next we have three circles, two that are the same size that overlap. This one's quite confusing, but in this one, the answer is B because we have the larger circle, which is this one, and then we have this circle, which is this one, because as you can see the overlap is quite big, same size there, and then this one where the overlap is really small, which is that one there. Next question. So triangle with a pentagon and a black oval. The answer is not A, even though that does look right, because this pentagon is this line, two sides that are parallel, quite short when this one's longer. And this triangle is quite short as well. It's not B because this is grey when it should be black. C. A. So it's definitely not D because this side is longer than it should be. It's not E because the straight edge of the triangle should be joint to this. So the answer is actually E, because I guess this black triangle has just been added in. So yeah. We have two rectangles joined together by one line. The answer is A. Two rectangles joined together by one line. Don't get confused by the other lines. So it's not B because these are much longer. It's not C because these are much thinner. Not D because the line's at the side when it should be in the middle. It's not E because there's only one rectangle. There should be another one there like that. Now we have these four lines overlapping. It's not A because we need to have these two ones at the bottom where they're just above each other with a small gap in between them. The answer for this one the answer for this one is actually B, and it's because it's rotated. So this line is this line. These two are these two lines, and then this line is that one, and then this line is that one. So that's why the answer is B. Next we have this double-sided arrow. It's not A because this line is longer than it should be. The line is really short here. It's not B because this rhombus in the middle is longer than it should be. It's quite small here. It's not D definitely because we don't have the arrowheads. And it's not E because this line again is long. So the answer is C. Triangles, rhombus, that. There is...
Complete the sentences, word analogies. In these questions, find the two words, one from each group, that will complete the sentence in the best way. Question 27. Glass is to shine, transparent, cracked, as wood is to tree, strong, opaque. Blank, blank. Glass is often described by the adjective transparent. A matching descriptive word for wood is opaque because wood does not let light pass through. Therefore, the two words that best complete the analogy are transparent for glass and opaque for wood. The answer is transparent, opaque. Question 28. Steel is to metal, stainless steel, as meat is to welcome, meat, met. Blank, blank. The word steel sounds the same as steel, and the word meat sounds the same as meat. Both pairs are homophones, words that sound alike but have different meanings and spellings. To preserve that homophone relationship, choose steel to match steel and meat to match meat. The answer is steel, meat. Create a new word. In each question below, the three words in the second group should go together in the same way as the three in the first group. Find the missing word from the second group. Question 29. In the first trio, the middle word trail acts as a bridge. It shares the letters L, A, and T with the first word least, and shares the letters T, R, and I with the third word tired. We need a second group bridge that behaves the same way. Brain shares the letters A, N, and R with nears, and shares the letters B, R, and I with birch. No other five-letter word links both outer words so neatly. The missing word is brain. Answer, brain. Question 30. In the first trio, the middle word slave links the outer pair. It overlaps with stain through the letters S and A, and overlaps with lever through the letters L, E, and V. We must find a word that overlaps with chill and with lambs. Climb overlaps with chill by the letters C, I, and L, and overlaps with lambs by the letters L, M, and B, mirroring the bridging roll. Therefore, the missing word is climb. Answer, climb.
Two more questions that are for the MVR section at the end. Similarity questions. So here we have three shapes. They've all got a black triangle and a circle that overlaps. So it's not A because the black triangle should be at one edge of the bigger shape. It's not B because the circle should overlap. It's not C because this should be coming from both corners. It's coming from 2 corners here, 2 corners there. It's not D because this circle is really small. So the answer is E. Black triangle from both corners, circle that overlaps. Next we have this like a square, split into 4. The arrowheads are in line with 2 corners of the square. So, yep. In this one as well, the arrowheads are in line with 2 corners. So it's not A because the arrowheads are not in line with the corner. They're just in line with the middle of one side, not a corner. The answer is B because that's a corner, and that's a corner, and that's where the arrowheads are. Not E because this is not a corner. Not D because this is not a corner, and not E even though that is 2 corners, but there should be like the shape should stick out on the other side of where the arrows are. So here we've got this bit that's on the other side of the arrow. We've got that bit that's on the other side of the arrows. So the answer is B. That's the end of this homework.